I'm just going to start the session on Python today because till yesterday we have covered the basic of AI and introductory of deep learning and all. Now I'm just going to explain you some basic scenarios about Python and some advanced concept. That today the whole day I'll just go ahead with Python basic and advanced, including all the things from basic to data science, and then tomorrow again we'll have to go to the AI, and then we'll continue with the AI, and with this these are the algorithms, the AI based algorithms. Okay, so now let me start my session over here. Now see here how we are working on Python. What are the things we required to work on Python? Yesterday I told you what are the tools in Python, what we are using to develop the Python programming language. Now see here, 12 to 1 Python. What I've created one folder. In that folder I'll start to write my programs. Now my font and everything is visible to everyone. And then here I'll do one thing. I'll just create new text. When I'll create new text, I'm getting this .txt. When I'm creating new text, I'm getting this .txt. But maybe in your system, you won't get this .txt. In your system, you might get only this new text document. Why I'm getting this .txt? Because the reason is that I have just opened one options. I just open one option into my system, the laptop. What is that option? Let me show you that option. The option is that go to the view, option, view, and then hide extension for non-type files. So by default, every computer having this type of scenario. See here, I didn't get any extension. So think if I'm just giving it .py, so maybe you're thinking it's okay, or that means it will become Python side. It will become Python file, but it is still not the Python file. It is still text document only. How come? See here, this is the text document. I have given this new document .py and still I'm getting this type is text document. Then what we have to do here, we just go to our view, on our system. In that view, you have an option. In that option, you just click on this and hide extension for known file type. Apply and then OK. When applying OK, so what we got? We got new text document .py.text txt. We came to know that when we have that hidden extension, at that time this txt got the problem. I mean it was hidden over here. And now when I just open the extension, then I can see it is text. I'm able to see it. Next, I'll do like this. Now see here, it will become the Python. How it will become the Python? Because I have just opened the dot extension file. So in that manner, you can type it. Now next one, what I wanted to do here. First thing, I have to install Python. How I'll have to install Python? From where? From which side I have to go to install the Python? Now let me show you. GOOGLE Python 8 point, sorry, Python 3.6.8. This is I used to download. If you wanted to download the specific version, then directly you can say, directly you type on Google 3.6.8 and the down you just come up. Here you can see this is the executable installer for 64-bit, executable installer for 32-bit, and macOS and Linux you can install directly. No, you wanted to install the current version, then click on download here, put your cursor on download. Here you can download 3.8.3 version. Now, after installation, what you have to do, indirectly, suppose you wanted to install the Python, normal basic Python. So just install the Python. After installation of the Python, what you have to do, you just need to go to your installation. While you are installing, at that time only you have one option whether you wanted to set the path or not. Think you have set it the path, then it's okay. Sometime you have not set the path. Unfortunately, you just forget to set the path, or still you set the path. But what happened here? The moment you're typing there, CMD Python, you're typing Python, you're getting Python here. There's no problem. But the moment you're typing pip, then you're not getting then you're getting nothing while you're typing pip. Here I'm typing pip, I'm getting everything because I have already set the path. So maybe in case what to do, if we are if we are just setting the path and still we are not getting pip, or sometime what you will get, sometime you'll get in this manner. I'll just I'll just see the path, what exactly the scenario is here. See here, I type set path is equal to hello. Set path is equal to hello. Enter. And then Python, Python. Now I have seen Python is not recognized an internal and external command. Okay, so we got this. In that manner, what we feel that we have set the, we feel that we are getting internal and external, not I mean command not recognized internal or external command. Then you feel that what is the problem on that? Why I'm not getting this internal or external? To see that, what you have to do, you just type echo space percentile in between path. Then you see the path is hello. Whereas in other CMD, here again I have opened, this is the path hello, and here is a path echo ECHO, and then percentile path. Now here we can see here we have a set path for Python only, है ना? So this is the reason when you'll type here Python, you're getting Python version. Here you are typing Python, you are getting not recognized. The reason behind, I just changed the path of this area, and this is I have not changed because the moment here I have changed manually path to this screen only, to this console only. When I open this console, so I found still the path is set. So here I'm getting Python. Now if the path is not set, still what you have to do, you directly have to go to the, after installation, you directly go to the C drive. In that C drive, you have to go to the users. In that user, whatever the user will be here, after that you just go to the app data. Here I'm seeing the app data, but in your case, in your system, you will not be able to see this app data. The reason behind why you won't be able to see the app data, now see here, by default on every system, we have the folder in this manner. By default, this is the by default option. I'm just finding app data. I'm not getting app data anywhere. But the moment here I'll type app data, here I type app data, then I got this. But when I'm looking directly into the folder, I'm not getting it. The reason behind, app data comes under the category of hidden folders. This is the reason you're not able to do it. So to open that option, what you have to do, to open that option, you have to go here, view, and then hide, sorry, and then show hidden files and folder, apply. Okay, When you click on apply OK, then you can recognize right now I'm able to see in this also app data. Here also I'm able to see. Whereas previously I was not able to see this app data. Yes or no? Yes. So now, 1 minute. Now is it correct? Hello? Now is it correct? My voice is audible now? My voice is audible now? No, sir. Okay. 1 minute, hold on. Just 1 minute. Before it was okay, no issue, sir. Let me see that. Now is it fine? Now? Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, fine, sir.
Is it fine? Still fine, right?
Fine, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay. So now I just open this app data. When I open the app data, here you have local. In that local, you have programs. In this program, you have Python here. In this program, you have Python. Which Python you wanted to set the path? You just take this, Control C, and then go to the property, advanced system setting, environment variable, and then take path and the down paste this and then semicolon. After pasting this, again semicolon, again paste this, the same. So what I did, Control V, semicolon, Control V, slash, SCRIPTS, scripts. That is in capital letter. One first letter is in capital letter, scripts. The moment you will type scripts, then only your pip will be start. Otherwise, it won't start. Okay. Anyhow, I have already installed set the path, so I'll not do it. So you can see here, I have one Python 36, another one 36 script. You know. Now, next, after setting this class path, after setting the path and all, what we have to do, we'll just directly go to this and type CMD, and then we can check whether my path got set or not. Type Python, it will be displaying here, and you can see that you can say that your path has set. Now, this is the normal way to install the Python. Another thing is that no, you don't want it to you don't want it to install only Python. You want it to work Python with Anaconda, because you don't want it to install the manual all the libraries and all. Because if you install only Python, then manually you have to install a lot of libraries. If you wanted to come into the comfort zone, then you no need to go ahead with this normal Python, just install the Anaconda. Comfort zone is nothing but there you don't have any problem. When you are installing the Anaconda, you don't have any problem to work on it. Any problem to work on it is nothing but there you will get all the library, the basic library to be pre-installed, and rest of the library you have to install by the help of some command prompt there also. Here you have to install in normal Python, you have to install any library in this manner. So now suppose what I wanted to do here, I just wanted to install Jupyter in this, because I'm using some editor. Editor can be Jupyter, editor can be Orange, editor can be Spider, editor can be PyCharm. I just wanted to install the Jupyter. So I'll type pip install Jupyter notebook. I've done this. After this, the Jupyter will be installed. If in case you don't wanted to install Jupyter in this, you wanted to download Anaconda, then GOOGLE Anaconda Python we just type Anaconda Python individually addition Python, the first link individual addition of Python. Now here we have a product. In product we have individual addition. Just click on this. When you click, so the down you can see Windows, Mac, Linux. In which you wanted to install, you can install for 3.7 version this one, for 2.7 version this one. Mac OS, Linux OS. So any OS you can install. This is the 32-bit, this is the 64-bit. So which Anaconda you wanted to install, install it. After installation of your Anaconda, it will automatically take the path. And then how will you use that Anaconda? You will type Anaconda navigator. The moment you'll click, then what you will get? You will get one dashboard. You'll get one dashboard. When you'll type Anaconda, you will get the dashboard. Yeah, it is a, what is the difference between working like this and working on Python shell? No different over here. In working in shell, what is the problem? The problem is that you have to do lots of manual work. Here, the moment you'll start to work on this, Jupyter or directly Anaconda or any ID over here, so in that you will not get that much of problem. You no need to work on manually things. And when you're working on shell, so directly you are doing lots of manual things over here. Suppose for example, I'm just working on this. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, I'm doing it. After that, what will happen? Where you will save it, this will not save anyhow. You are working on shell script. And then if maybe you are telling, I'll just write py.py and I'll start to work. There it is a notepad and all. In that you have lots of things to work. And then after writing the program, again you have to come into the command prompt. Again you have to work on it. Now next one, I'll just tell you the scenarios. Next thing, what is the things over here? I just install Anaconda. Where is it? This one. I install the Anaconda and just type Anaconda Navigator will start. And then if anything would be that Anaconda Navigator is a dashboard, you will get the dashboard. In the dashboard, you have a Python. Sorry, you have this Jupyter and some other editor also. Which editor you would like to use, you can use it. While you're using Anaconda, if you wanted to install any Python version, then you can directly type Anaconda prompt. And here you have to type Conda install and library, whatever the library. So you have seen Anaconda library. Now sometime you are telling, sir, I don't have Anaconda in my system, I don't have Python in my system, I don't wanted to use these all the things. Even the thing is that I don't wanted to install the Python in my system. Then again you have lots of n number of online compiler. So from n number of online compilers, what are the best thing we have? The two compilers, two editors we have online, which we are using frequently. But the problem is that those editor will run very slow when you are working on some heavy project and all. When you are doing practice on a smallest thing, then it's fine. But when you are working on a heavy thing, then you may get the problem on it. Now, how could it be? What are the scenarios in that? Now, we have one editor is Google Colab. Here you just directly type onto your browser. This is the browser based editor. Directly type into the browser. From here you can connect this Google Colab to your Google Drive. You can upload the file from your local and you can see the examples over here. Now that Google Colab you can start when you have already opened your email ID. Without starting your Gmail ID, you cannot start your Google Colab because this is connected with Google account only. Okay.
Now after that I have this code and I'm starting it. If you want to change this name, now I'm just writing this. So name is equal to hi, shift enter. Now see here how much time it will taking to execute a basic query. It's taking much time. In a same manner, why it's taking much time? Because it is all depend on your internet connectivity. How the internet connectivity will be here, how the internet is working. If anytime internet is fluctuate, then the problem will occur. But if still you have a fast internet speed and you don't want it to put much effort on Python and all, and you want your system to be clean, everything you want it to work, through the cloud, then no problem, you can use this Google Colab. Next one we have, apart from Google Colab, we have Jupyter, it seems. So now let me show you first Jupyter here, and then I'll show you the online, because the same Jupyter you will get in online also. Exit. Now here what I wanted to do here, I just wanted to open my Jupyter. There are two ways to open anything, any folder. Suppose you have some of the videos of some folder, you wanted to open through the command prompt. So no need to type command prompt here, cmd, and then you have to type cd desktop and then cd and then 12 something, and then you are coming over here, and then finally you entered into this directory. Hai. But no, I don't want it to waste that much of time to come manually. So directly what I'll do, what I'll have to create one folder, in which folder I wanted to work. I have created. I just open this folder and I type here cmd. When you type direct cmd, you will be entered into that particular folder only, in that particular directory only. From here only, if you wanted to install anything, then you can install it by the help of pip. And now I'm just going to start Jupyter by the help of this. So now I'll type Jupyter notebook. Why I'm typing this Jupyter notebook? If we have already installed, then only we can type the Jupyter notebook. If you have not installed, then it's not possible to type the Jupyter notebook and you will get the notebook. And you won't get the notebook after typing the Jupyter notebook if you have not installed it. Enter. When I click the enter, it take a bit time to start it, because anyhow you are starting in directly one server, because Jupyter will work on your server. It seems server is which server? Local server. So integrated server will be here. So we are starting the server right now by putting the Jupyter notebook. So now see here, it take a bit time. After starting the Jupyter, now it got started. Sometime, see here, this is 127.0.0.1. That is your localhost IP, and this is 8,888 4 times 0. Sorry, 4 times 8. It is your port number, and this is we used to call token. This is we used to call token over here. Now the entire things, what we can say, this is the URL for the unit testing. Okay, now let's start. So it, yeah, once it will start, so automatically you will see in your browser one Jupyter notebook will be start over here. Now see here, it's starting. Same thing if you wanted to work directly through the browser. So now type here Jupyter notebook online. Try Jupyter, classic Jupyter, and then it take much time to start it. And then basic notebook, you can start and you can work on it. You know? So in that manner, you have to work on this Jupyter. What happened? Why it has not started yet? Let me restart once again. Now, CMD, CLS, JUPYTER notebook. CLS I'm typing, that is for clear screen. That's it, nothing else. So now see here, your Jupyter has started. Now suppose you are thinking, okay, I'm not comfortable with this browser, Internet Explorer. I'm comfortable with the Google Chrome. So just go to the Google Chrome, copy that and paste here. Then you will find here, you will get detail. Sometime maybe while you are doing this, suppose I'm just opening into the Mozilla. Suppose sometime I'm opening into the Mozilla. So here I type the same URL into the Mozilla and I just call it. When I'm calling it, I got this authentication enabled. What is the meaning of this authentication enabled? So that means you are getting confused ki what I have to do. I have to type the password or token. I'm not getting understand. Then no worried about it. Just go here on your command prompt, whether you are using Anaconda or this normal Python, because in Anaconda also again you have to start the Jupyter only, and again when you'll install the Jupyter, when you start the Jupyter, again you will get the same environment how you are getting here. Completely copy this, Control C, and then Control V, and then enter. Then you can see that your home page has started over here. Next, let me go ahead with this. I'll just click on new Python 3. I'll just click on new Python 3. And then what I have seen one row type scenario here. What I'll do, I'll just type in this 1 plus 2. I have not, saved the file. I have done nothing. Just I type this and I shift enter. I got output without, saving the files and all. We are in Java or we are in normal, if this thing you can do in shell only, but the shell scope till that particular time only, till the time you are just using that. The moment you'll close, everything will be collapsed. Without saving the file, you cannot execute any program. Now Python here we are storing it. Why? Because it's what it's taking. It's taking unsaved change checkpoint, last checkpoint a minute ago. That means it's saving the file from the server automatically. It's automation. We save the file. Now I can write basic Python. I've given the information basic Python. I have written this 2 plus 1, 3. And then suppose I just wanted to give some comment on it. Suppose I'm giving the comment in this manner. So this is addition. No, I don't want it. So now after that, when I'm coming up, so I'm getting here only, but I don't want it to give this comment to in this environment only. I just wanted to come out from the environment while I'm giving the addition. So how you can do? See here. You just type in this. Here one more hash mark I'm giving, and here I'm just giving markdown and then enter, shift enter. So we got apart from environment, it has not saved in environment. Now what I wanted to do here, I just wanted to know whether we are using data types in Python or not. Some of the people they used to say no, we are not using data type in Python. Some of the people they used to say yes, we are using the data type in Python, and that is list, tuples and all. Yes, that is fine, but what about integer, string and all? So the people will say no, we are not using data types in Python. So I'll tell you, the people who used to say we are not using pointer in Java, in a same manner, those people only will say we are not using data type in Python. Now, without pointer in Java, you cannot create the reference. So now you are telling कि sir I'm not creating the point but still pointer but still I'm just getting the reference by creating the object. Yes, of course, while you are creating the object, implicit pointer only got created. In the same manner here in Python, implicit you are using data types, explicit not. What is the meaning of explicit? What is the meaning of implicit? Explicit is nothing but when programmer used to provide the resource, when programmer has to give the command, when programmer has to give the data, at that time we used to call explicit. When program it seems will process something, then we used to call implicit. Okay, so here in Python we are using implicit data type. How come? What are the things we are using? See here, I typed, okay, I'm just giving you the example, I'm just giving you the proof. How is it possible? How, in which base I'm telling implicit we are using data type. Suppose I have written 2 12, I got the output. Here I have written H, I didn't get the output. Why? Reason behind? Reason is that the moment I type 12, it took, the moment I type H, so it's telling name H is not defined. What is the meaning of name H is not defined? Anyhow, I have defined the H now. So now see here, when anything is occurring implicit, then that implicit operation to be done, they are expecting something from the explicit. Okay, they are expecting something from the explicit. If you wanted to use implicit pointer in Java, then you have to use explicit reference in Java. If you wanted to use data type implicit in Python, then you have to use some of the convention for the data type, which convention you are using from your starting programs of your life like C and C++ and Java and all. What you are using the naming convention for this? We have H, and I'll do one thing. If you are writing a string in Java, string A is equal to hello. Can it be work? No, it can't work, because string should require string should require double quote, string should require double quote, then only string will work. Otherwise string will not work. Suppose you are writing char, then you have to take this one. What is that? H. If you are writing H, single quote. But in Python, what we have everything in a string only, or everything in char only. Whether it's a single quote or double quote, no problem in that. So what they're expecting the convention. So I'm writing H. What is the convention? Quote. I have given quote and I got executed this. Now I'm giving double quote. Let me see what will happen. I have given double quote. I got here also single quote only. Sorry. I've given double quote. Still I got single quote only. है ना? So here double quote also we got single quote also we got single quote. Now I'm just typing the same scenario with the print. Print in double quote, I got no quote. Print in single quote, I got no quote. One more thing you observe. What is the things you observe? If I'm not writing print, I'm just getting out here, out. When I'm using print method, print statement, print of H, then I'm not getting out here, and directly we are getting the response. है ना? So these are the things to be recover into the Python. Now, normal basic Python. Next one, what we have, I'm just going to tell you. In Python, we have methods. In Python, we have list. In Python, we have tuple. In Python, we have dictionary. I'll just tell you one basic funda where you can understand what are the things. Now see here, I'll just write something. Print type, sorry, let it be. I'll just tell you one thing. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm trying to execute these all the things. When I try to execute, I got only 78. Why I got only 78? Because it's interpreted. It's got overloaded. Then override it. Then what is that? We have 78 at last. So it come into the last. This is the reason we used to call Python is interpreted programming language. Now I'm just using this print here I use print, here I use print, here I use print. Now observe everything to be printed over here. You know. Now I'll tell you one thing. Here we have type as a method by which you can understand which type of data you are using. Data type. So now I'll write type this one. Hope font size is fine for everyone, or you want me to increase the font size? Is it fine, the font size? It's fine, sir. Thank you. Now I have this one, and next I'm using type. Here I'm using type. Type this one, type this one, type again this one, type this one. So I have just taken type this one, type that one, and type this one. So now type 2, type H, hello, and type hello. I've given this. I'll just type print of type of this one, print of type, print of, print of, print of, print of, and then print of this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then finally this one, and I'm just string. What we found here? We found this is a class dictionary, this is a class tuple, this is a class dictionary, this is a class list, this is a class integer, and here you can see H also consider in a string and hello also consider in a string only. Yes or no? So now if we'll give the double quote or single quote, doesn't matter, it will be considered as a string only. Now, but one thing over here, I got this type. Here we got dictionary, and the down also we got dictionary. So what is the meaning of dictionary? Now see here, if I'm writing here 2, second one I have written 2. Now what is the output? We got here dictionary still, and here we got set. If I'm writing 2 colon 2, 3, then here I got dictionary, and here also got dictionary. So what exactly the meaning of this? The meaning of this is clearly, if anything we have in this manner, it will be considered as dictionary only until you are not giving any data. If you are giving data in the form of keys and value pair, then it will treat it as dictionary. If you are giving the data in the form of element, it will treat it as set. Okay, it will treat it as set. Okay, so it is treated as set. How it is treated as set? I have see here, I have given this one two column 3. Here I got dictionary. Here I have given nothing. Here also I got dictionary. But if I'm giving here 3 only, then I got here set and here the dictionary. Okay. Now we'll start to work on it. Let me tell you how to work on these other things, on dictionary, tuple and all. Okay. Now see here. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, hello, hi, 3.5. Okay, these are the things I have given. I just find out A. Yes. So what I got all the things to be displayed in the form of list. What is the meaning of list? List is nothing but group of element. So now if someone will ask you, maybe when you are just taking the viva to a student, or sometime you are just going ahead to the interview, or sometime maybe you're going to place somewhere on Python. So maybe those people will ask you from the basic Python, what is the rules in Python, or what is the difference between list and arrays, because arrays also group of element and list also group of element. So what is the difference between arrays and list? So now you can say the scenarios ki in arrays we have similar type of element, and in list any element we can give it. Now if I'm writing list, I have written list. What I wanted to do here, I just want to find where, in which position what element available, so indirectly you're talking about index. When indirectly you're talking about index, so indirectly you're talking about arrays. So now A, what is A? A is a reference of list. Okay, lst list, and then lst, and here I have given this, है ना? And then what I have given here, I have given 4. When I have given 4, what I got? Hello. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. On 4th position, hello is here. है ना? Now what I want, I just wanted to do one thing. I just wanted to change this 4th position data to something. I just wanted to change this 4th position data to something. Now see here, this is I have given, I'll just call the list lst. I got hello only, but right now I just wanted to change this 4th position in hello. How? I just wanted to change in how. So now lst 4 is equal to how. I just copy it and I'm calling lst. What I got? I got how in place of this 4th index. This 4th index. If I'm typing lst 3 colon 5. 3 colon 5. Colon means body. In normal program, in C program, Java program and all, if we wanted to, give the body, then we have to give the body in this manner. Open body and close body. Where in Python, I have to give the body in this manner. So because of this body in Java, in C and all, we have body in this manner. You can write anywhere the data. Anywhere, there's no problem. But when we are talking about this one, so now open you got understood. So first body. What about the second body? How will you go ahead with the second body? So till the first body will complete, till here, the first body. If you wanted to go ahead to the second body, come out and come out from this body environment. Come out from this body environment and give another body. Then right now you are not in this body, you are in this body. Got it? Sometime maybe you'll get confused on for loop and all. Okay, I have just given one body. Okay, that's fine. But if we are using Java and all, so anyhow we are using in this, so we can understand that come out the body, I have to come out from here and I'll have to take again new body. But in this Python program, I have only single colon. Sorry, this colon. So how I can say will have to come out from the body? No problem in that. You have to type colon start to work on it, enter, start to work on it. These are the things. And then finally, oh, what happened? Sorry. Yeah. So what you will say? I have this. Oh, 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 this. I was using. Yeah. So now what you'll say directly, you can now if you will type enter, if you are inside the body, if you type enter, how many types you will type enter? See here, you are coming here only. Your cursor is blinking here only. Cursor is not coming here. Why cursor is not coming here? Because in Python now, another question in Python. Maybe the person will ask you in Python, do we have any intendant on Python? Yes, we do have the intendant. If you'll just come out from the intendant, then you are not working on that particular environment and you're coming out and you'll start to work. So maybe you'll get the errors on it. Okay. Now, so in this manner, we can go ahead with the body and all. I have given the list you got understood. One sample I have given for the list, you got understood. Next, if you wanted to write some of the another list, you can write it, there's no problem. Suppose I'm writing for L in LST, enter, print for L, enter L. We got this entire scenario. So what we have given? We have given here the body, for loop we have written, and we call L. What is that L? L is an item, sorry, L is an element. What is this list? List is your data set. L is your item. Item is nothing but this is your all the elements and this is your data set. So now from the data set, I want these items, elements. है ना? So this thing you can go ahead in this manner. Now the next, what I wanted to tell you. The next one we have dictionary. What is the dictionary? In list, if the person will ask you what is the list, list is nothing but group of element. What is the dictionary? Dictionary is nothing but we have, see here, D is equal to, and then this is, and now here what I have to write? I have to write key colon value, key value pair. In dictionary always you have key value pair, but make sure key is always with quote. Key is always with quote. So let me give you the scenarios here. Key always with quote, quote, and value depend on data type. If it is a string, then quote. If not string, then no quote. No problem. है ना? Value depend on this one. Yes, data type. Next one, key value separated by comma and combined by colon. है ना? So now key value pair separated by comma and combined by colon. I have written D and key value. I'll just execute it. I'm executing D. So what we got? We got keys and value pair. I'm typing D and then key. I got value information. When I type key, I got value information. है ना? Now next one, what we have? We have multiple keys. What are the multiple keys in this? Suppose now see here, person will ask you, can we use list in a dictionary? Yes, we can use list in a dictionary because always you don't have only single keys and value. What is the meaning of always we don't have any single keys and value? suppose if we talk about your college, so in college you have college. So suppose key is a college. Key is your college, and value can be department, है ना? Can be department, and in that department some other data will be here. So what you can say? You can say that in that we have a department. So how will you write department? CSC. In college we have CSC, है ना? So sorry, in college we have department value here. Now in department we have values of CSC, IT, and so on. I just executed it. I'm executing it. Now what I want, I just wanted to find out what data available on department. So now DEPT error, DEPT CSC IT. This data is available on this. Did you observe when I called here list, then you were getting only single name. But here when I'm calling this DEPT, this is the key, then you're getting entire list, because this entire list consider as a single data into the dictionary. Next we have tuple dictionary. Also you got to understand. Next we have tuple. In tuple what we have? Tuple we have to write in this manner. T is equal to 1, 2, 3, comma 5, comma H, comma hello. I've given 1, 2, 3, comma 5, comma H, comma hello. I called it. So now tuple is not defined. Why it is not defined? Oh, sorry. Yeah, this one, hash. So now I have given this, and now I'm just calling T, and then 1, 2, 3 H. I'm just typing in list. Suppose I'm creating the list LST is equal to, and I have given 1. Executed LST. I got list information. Only one element I have given in list. In the same manner, you are giving the single element into the tuple also. 1 T. You got 1. Okay. So that means what you feel that whatever the data is available on dictionary, the same operation we are doing in tuples. So what exactly the difference between tuple and dictionary? So now list. So what exactly the difference between list and tuple? So for your kind information, for the dictionary, what I have given here, I have given LST is equal to 1, 2, and then LST here I have given, when I call LST, I got 1, 2. Here I'm giving LST, and then 0 is equal to high LST. I have changed the 1 in place of 1. I have given high. Whereas in tuple, if we have the same thing, T is equal to 1, 2. I just call now T, and here I'm having 0 index. In 0 index, I wanted to change high. What is this? Tuple object does not support item assignment. So what exactly the meaning of this? The meaning of this, in tuples we have mutability. In list we have mutability. That means in list we can change the data, whereas we can replace the data, whereas in tuple we cannot replace the data. These all the things should be available here. Okay. So hope you got understood the tuple and list and dictionary. Now finally I'm going to the set. What is the set? St is equal to, in dictionary I have given the data in the form of keys and value pair. Here I'm not giving in the form of keys and value. Here I'm giving 1 1 1 2 2 3 4 5 6 6 9. Let me see what output I'm getting. Execute it. St. So now what I got? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 67. Why I got this one? But I supposed to get these all the things also, these all the things only, na? No. Set will pick of your element set. How many sets of your element? This is the 1 3, one set, one set, one set, one set. If think your 4 here also, think 4 here also, then also it took one set only. The reason behind 4 and 4, it is 1. Whatever the things should be repeated, that would be 1. If anything unique, that will be considered as a new set. For example, we have this 67. Apart from 67, we don't have anything. It is also one of the set. Yes. So what is the use of set? Set is nothing but it will display you the set of the data. Okay. So here you got set. I have just given you all the information about set and all. Okay. So the basic Python till here it's fine. I can go ahead. I have some of the methods we do have. So normally if you are writing the methods in normal program, so sorry, in Python, if you are writing the method, so we have a method and normally you can call through the what I can say, directly by the method only. So suppose here hello, this is the method. But when you are creating your own method, then you have to create the method by the help of defining def hello, है ना, def hello, and this one you have to write print hi, enter. So now you're calling here hello method. You got the hi. You know? In this method, in this manner, we are using the methods and all. Okay. Next one, what we have? Next one, we have the things in which what we are doing here. I have just covered up most of the basic concept I've covered. Let me start with the NumPy. Like in data science, let me move towards the data science. In the data science, when you wanted to work, so we have to require the NumPy. What is the use of NumPy? NumPy is nothing but to work on numbers, to play with the numbers. To play with the numbers is nothing but to convert into the arrays and all. Or we can say it's a linear algebraic equation we wanted to create. So we'll have to go with the NumPy. Now, suppose this is the list I have. This is the list I have. I just wanted to create from the list some arrays I wanted to create. Okay. From the list, I wanted to create the arrays. How I have to create the arrays from the list, what I have to do. So now see here, I have created one list. LST is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, something. I've just called it and I just wanted to convert into form of arrays. Arrays is a method, predefined method, exist in Python. So now I'll call array, okay, ARRAY, array of LST. I'm just calling it. What they're telling? They're telling array is not defined. That means list I cannot convert into the arrays directly. Why I wanted to convert the list into the arrays? Because until I'll not convert the list into the arrays, I cannot do the mathematical equation on it. I cannot create the what we can say matrix and all. So I have to convert into the arrays. I tried to convert the arrays, but it's showing me array is not defined. Then I feel ki what is the problem? Array has not defined. Can I see the help? If you are working on Python, so the best things in Python, you no need to go into some of the sites to see like on some sites you're going and you're just seeing okay, what is the Python, how the Python. Here only on your Jupyter only or your editor only you can find out okay, what is the problem you are facing, where is the issues. So let me find out, let me see it. I have this array, I got array not defined. Let me check it out. Help, H-E-L-P, help of arrays of list. Enter. When I type this, so they are telling array is not defined. That means the meaning of this, okay, help also is not able to tell us ki what exactly the array in this. That means help also did not understand this array. Then something is here. What is the something is here? Array is a part of some other library. So whenever you are getting in Java one error in Java, why I'm using the Java name again and again, because you are familiar with the Java. So if you are using Java, you are getting the error. What is that? Symbol not found. When you are getting symbol not found, it means you have not imported the package. If still you have imported the package, you have given wrong spelling mistake of the predefined data. Here also you have to find out whether you have given the spelling mistake. Array, I have not given the spelling mistake. Then what? That means I have not imported the package. What package I have to import? Arrays belongs to what package? So array method is belongs to your NumPy library. So now how you are using in Java? Import NumPy as NP. Do you think that I have to write this NP 100%? No, it is not mandatory to write NP 100%. That is, I have written the NP because I'm just familiar, or most of the people they used to write NP because they are familiar with this. I mean, they will be feel comfortability because the name of NumPy we can read it NP. Name of Raju we can say Raj. Name of Preeti we can say Preet. In that manner, name of NumPy, we have given the nickname as NP as a reference. So whenever I would like to call name, so I'll not call with the name, I'll call with the reference. In the same manner, when you are in your college, so the people you are not calling with the name, you are calling with the roll number. Roll number is a reference of that. Okay. Now I have just called this shift enter. When I click on shift enter, I found that I got neither error nor any output. When you will get neither error nor any output and still you don't have any star mark also here, that means it got configured. You can use this now. How I can use this now? Array of list. Again, I have given this LST and then np dot. I just called it. Now you can see it. I got in the form of array this. Now suppose what I want, I just want this NumPy in multiple, like I just wanted to create one matrix through this arrays. How I wanted to create the matrix? So I have one list. This is, now you can see the help also. Let me see the help. HELP, help, and then enter it. We got help over here. See here. Entire things we got. What are the responsibility, what work we can do, what are the samples. See here the sample. What is this ABC self? That means it's a calling self. This is the value, this is the function. Okay, and this all the things index, everything you will get understand. Now sometime whenever you are getting any error or you wanted to find any help from any programming language, not only Python, then no need to go in middle. Either you have to see first 2 to 3 first line, or you have to see first 2 to 3 last line, the last 2 to 3 lines. Then only you will understand the error of the code. Otherwise you will not understand the code entire life if you are just finding out the error information into the middle. Okay, now what I wanted to do here, I have list LST, this is the list. Now I'm just calling list again, list only. AR is equal to array of LST, ARRAY, sorry, np dot arrays of LST. ls print LST print AR. I have given this in middle print to get the space. So now here we got array. This is the AR and that is a list. So did you observe one thing? What is that? It is you are getting in the form of arrays. And this is you are getting in the form of matrix, 1D array. And here you are getting in the form of list. Here you are getting in the form of arrays. Here we have a commas. Here we don't have commas. Now next portion we are just going to do. What is that? I have multiple list. So now I'll take multiple list, list, and then list, list 1, list 2, list 3. I'm just calling this list 1, list 2, list 3, and I'm calling these all the list in one list, LST bunch or LST hub is equal to LST comma LST1 comma LST2 comma LST3. I just call this LST hub. I called and I got this information. I got this information LST hub 0, 1, 2, 3. So what we can say this is your nested list. What is the meaning of nested list? Inside the list we have list in the form of commas. Nested list. All the lists are in commas. Right now the same scenario, what I'm doing here, I'm just keeping into my np dot arrays of LST hub. See here, what you observe. You observe it will become your what? Matrix. It will become your matrix. The first one, it was only the list. It has become the matrix. Now maybe you are thinking here it looks like same now. So this is, see here, this is the arrays and this is not array. Now if still you are thinking, so I'll do one thing. Let me reduce the things, then you will get understand. Now this is the 3. This is the 3. Only 3. This is only 3. This is only 3. Let it be. And I'll just check. So we got, see here, single. And when I call the same scenario in this, so we got in the form of what we can say, matrix. Did you understood or not? So this is what exactly the scenarios here. Some of the methods would be here in this. We have some methods, inbuilt method on this. We have a method arrange. We have a method 0. Suppose np dot arange, arrange of 0, 5. Then I got arrays of 0 to 5 index. I'll just call 0 to 10. Think I call 0 to 10. So I got 0 to 10. What I want, I don't want it to call. I wanted to call 0 to 10 with 2 interval, 3 interval. Now see here, 0, 3, 9, 6, 9. I wanted to call 4 interval, 0, 4, 8. I wanted to call 5 interval, 0 to 5 in 5 interval. So this is what exactly the scenario is about arrange. We have the zeros, multiple zeros. np dot zeros, zeros. I'll just type zeros and then I'll type here 5. When I type 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zeros we got. Now what I want, I just wanted to call 5 into 5. I got data type not understood. Why data type not understood? Because 0 is a method. In method you cannot pass the 2 argument. So I just wanted, still I wanted to pass the 2 argument. How I can pass? I have to create in the form of tuple. Then I have created in the form of tuple. I got this. Let me see whether 0 will work on list or not. List, sorry, 5 list. So now invalid syntax. So 1 minute. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that means this zeros will work on list also. So these are the things should be here on this. Now we have some more concept like ones in a same manner how you have written zeros, you just convert it into the ones. If you wanted to convert O N E S, and then what they're telling, O N C O N 1 minute. O N E S once. Invalid syntax. Yes, obviously it is invalid syntax only. Now see here, all ones. If I'll give in tuple, if I'll give in tuple, here also see all ones. Did you observe that? We have line space. We have, some identity matrix. If I wanted to create the identity matrix in this, so np dot eye of 4 5, so we got identity matrix over here. So still we have a lot of things to cover, but due to the time consuming, so I'll just continue the tomorrow over here, the next session. And from here we'll just go ahead with the pandas. Tomorrow we'll go ahead with the pandas, I mean numpy. Some, if still I feel some concept you required for data science, for machine learning, for AI, then I'll have to go ahead. If I feel no, I can cover up, so just 2 to 3 minutes I'll take only this numpy, and we'll just take 2 to 4 minutes on pandas, and then we'll start to go ahead with the visualization, and then we'll start your will start to create the models on AI. That means the completely practical session will be occurred from tomorrow, today onwards. Okay. Any doubt if you have, you're welcome.